So I decided to buy a new box. Excuse my basement, it's like a mess. The original box is below. As you can see, it's a lot smaller. This one is a lot bigger. It fits more stuff. But I wanted to organize it a little better so that I wouldn't have to like really look for a lot of stuff. So this is an LED headlamp. This is supposed to be 6-in-1 screwdriver, but I'm not really sure what the other 4 parts are, considering this is pretty much all that's in there. But anywho's, always seems like we have something that we need a screwdriver for, so I just went ahead and got one that's specifically for the trip. Lighters, matches, and these little things. So they're only $1. I got them at Walmart. People friggin' love these. Every time we go on a trip, you know, everyone has a headlamp. They were only $1. I've been getting them for the last 2 years. I love them, but they're really bright. I would have to turn off my light so you can see exactly how bright, but they help when you have to make a late night trip to the bathroom. So in this one is pretty much dish related stuff I use to clean the pots and pans, and then our hand soap, sanitizer, and underneath there is some dish soap. Costco sells a really good nature safe dish soap, so I can just refill that with that. This one is kind of more like food kitchen related type stuff. Just some salt, pepper, my multi-spice, this Talenti, if you've ever had that. Oh, it's so good. Anyways, a little bit of oil left from our last trip. I'm not going to refill that, of course, until we go. And some different knives. This honestly used to be my old wash bin before I got the camping kitchen. And this stuff kind of just fell in there by default. There's actually no real point to this. But oddly enough, if you look at it, minus the cups, everything in here has to do with bug spray type, except for my Trader Joe's sunscreen. I don't know if you guys know, but I had skin cancer once upon a time. So I have to have sunscreen with me at all times. So what's left in my bin? What do I actually keep in my bin? So I had some big cups. This is my tea kettle. It actually has a lid, which is in here somewhere. Don't know. I have 2 pots, which the other one, oh, I set out of the way. So here's the other one. Some plates left over from the trip. I use these to mix things, season things, stuff like that. So I have 2 of those. Same thing with this one. I use it to mix and season things. Couple mitts. Some not dominoes, Uno cards. I actually do have a bag of games, but it's not in here. I took it out because we actually play them outside of, you know. So this spatula, something to clean off if we ever go to a campsite that has a barbecue grill. You want to make sure that's clean. A couple of tablecloths. I have a few of these. The funny part about it is all of these are pretty much left over from like parties we've had. So I just throw them in the box. I have a couple left in here, not many. A first aid kit, which as you can see we've never had to use, but I keep that on deck. More extra batteries. There were some in the other kit. As you can see, there's still some floating around the bottom. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to organize the remainder of this. Here I have towels. These ones are still new. I have a couple that were used on the last trip. I keep these, and I put here. I clean them. They're for the trip. They don't get used for anything else. So, you know, anyone ever forgets their face towel, body towel, whatever, we have extras. Some more sunscreen here. Sport. Put that in that box since that seems to one of my favorites. This thing is so flipping bright. I love it when we camp. Can't really tell anything in my basement. I should probably turn off the light, but I'm not going to. Love this light too. It's a really big floodlight. It's weird because I've not had to replace the batteries, but I do have one huge ginormous battery in here just in case I ever have to. A mirror, because, well, you never know when you want to be vain on your trip. Make sure you look okay. This is the cargo net that I actually use to keep everything on our utility carrier. So it kept everything in place really, really well. And as you can kind of see, the other container is there. It's a lot smaller. And this is the igloo that we use. I still had room with both of them on there. I absolutely love that cargo trailer. It's 60 by 24. So you can put a nice amount of stuff on there. These are just cooling racks so that, you know, you don't put those hot pans on any surface and mess it up. I noticed that they changed the picnic tables at the campsite, and it's like a kind of like the sawdust resin type instead of the wood, and you can see that some people already melted parts of the surface. Not a good look. This, I need to go buy some more of these, but it's just a cutting board, and I put this on top of the camping kitchen to protect the surface when we're cutting vegetables and meats on our camping trips. Just some forks and spoons, and I think a couple plastic knives. This is my tea cup, so it stays in here in the camping box. I have tea in the mornings when it's not too hot. This year it was way too hot in the morning on our trip, so I didn't, you know. And of course, just regular barbecuing stuff. As you guys may have seen from the videos, we absolutely love to cook on our trip. So I'm getting this organized. I have some toilet tissue in here, some napkins. Here goes the big battery for this thing down here. This is the top to this. Some of this stuff, you know, when I first was preparing for our camping trip many years ago, I, you know, didn't really know what all I wanted to bring, what all I needed to bring. I mean, I had a list of stuff, but, you know, just stuff that was going to make you more comfortable. I had all the essentials. So I went to Goodwill and I got a lot of stuff. Here goes some foil. And that's how I kind of got started with the stuff from Goodwill. And then I would go around the campsite, see what other people had, what made it more comfortable for them, things like that. And then I started building upon that. And then after a while, after we, you know, got used to camping, you know, in our own comfort, kind of determined exactly what it was we wanted to make our trip a little bit more enjoyable. So that's pretty much that, you guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know what it is.